can see you. I'm just trying to find light.
Okay, because I cannot see you at all.
Why can't you see me? I can see myself.
No, I can't see you. I
No,
think no at all.
I can see
I
you.
think yeah, but me, let me snap it and send to you.
Check your network settings and stuff.
Mm.
I'm seeing you live and direct.
This is what I'm seeing from my end. That's what I'm seeing from my end. Okay, let me remove you, then use the same link to join again. Hey guys, welcome to our live today. We are talking about class. This was supposed to be done last week, but it's been busy, and yeah, and I got sick at some point, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna feel better before coming on live. But we're good. We're on, and share with your friends and family so you can join. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to start with what we think class is. It's gonna okay. See then. Hey, say back again.
Hello.
Hey, you look so amazing. So I wanted to say today, but I thought, you know what, why will I say today? You always look amazing now.
Thank you.
So today, let me really go back to my notes. We are talking about class, the mindset of class, like how is class our, sorry, I'm a bit disorganized. Let me just quickly
You don't mind me having
put
my cup
this.
of tea while I talk, do you?
You need it. You will need it.
I enjoy my tea.
You will need it because yeah, the last life I did, it was more or less we were jumping from one conversation to another, so you will need it. Okay. We would like you to introduce yourself just a little bit. Like I know who you are. I mean, you know I know who you are, but I mean our audience really does not know so much
Mm-hmm.
about you. And please, Duma, introduce yourself for me to do.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Tolulokpe Evans. Permit me to say I am the founder of Lay Caradine's Ladies Club, a space that I have been able to build for amazing women of today, elite women of today, to have a sanctuary where they can liars, communicate, be the woman that they've always wanted to be, and aim for the woman that they dare to be. Um, I would say for me, Le Caridis is more or less like my own love letter to the world where women can actually own a space, both on the table and be celebrated when they can. And for me, I would say, as a woman, while introducing myself, I see myself as that emblem of peace, that emblem of multiplication, as they say, give me lemons and I'll make you lemonade, you know. So
Hmm.
being a graduate of mass communications and a project manager that is IT related world, I feel the world is not just complete without having amazing women come together and own spaces on significant tables. So I would say that is me.
Hmm. You see, the explanation, like telling about yourself. You know what came to my mind during your talking? It just make
Mhm.
me remember, like, there's a question someone asked, like, outside being your name, who are you? You literally just went all about you answered that question
Oh,
in my
thank you.
brain. You know when someone like, who are you? Like, who is Tolu? Who are you? You literally went on with that, and that's the class we're talking about. It's not about coming to dress fine or to look good or whatever. So I think you're gonna discuss that. Yeah.
Oh,
So first of all, thank you so much for coming in, guys. As you come, like and share to your friends. It's something you really would benefit from. Is this life is bring come with all your questions and everything will be answered. Now the main point of discussion is class. We're talking about class. Now you are I will call you a woman leader. So as a woman, the women leader, what would you say class is? Class being a mindset, what would you
mm.
say that is?
So for me, I would more or less say there's no definition to the word class. It can be ambiguous and it can be an open-ended question. For me, I would say
Yeah.
class is intertwined with confidence, is intertwined with a mind set, is intertwined with behavioral skills. So for me, class is what you do in your own private area where you don't have people, like, for me, class is what defines you. It's not really about how you look, it's not about what you try to show off as we see on social media. It's about your mental state, how you view things, how you actually listen more than you actually speak, how you take your time to digest information before purging it out. For me, I would say that is class.
Oh, okay.
That is my own opinion on class. But
Yeah, of
others
course.
might differ, so it's okay.
Okay, so what would you say self-worth and confidence is then?
Self-worth and confidence. Hmm. So for me, self-worth is what you feel about yourself as a human being, not just as a woman. Oh, what is my self-worth? If I'm not on this table, will they miss me? If I'm not in this room, if I walk into this room, you know, am I going to have my head ducked down and trying to look like is anyone staring at me? That is confidence. But self worth is owning you, owning who you are, owning your own emblem, and taking the world by storm. It could be at your place of work. It could be you being a mom. It could be you being a single woman, single mother, girlfriend, all of it. So for me, self worth is knowing who you are and embracing it. Confidence also is something you have to embrace, but confidence does not come without it coming from within your inner mind, within your inner being. That is my own understanding of confidence. And then there's a thin line between confidence and overconfidence. So you need to know that balance. If you
Can you
ask me, I can be confident. I
can
will
you
walk into a room and I will raise my head up high, look at everyone, and if anyone talks to me, I can give them that hi, you know. However, overconfidence is, oh, okay, I'm trying to like try too hard, I'm trying to show off too much, I'm trying to be the center of attraction. There's a balance to it. But when it gets to being overconfident or arrogant, then that defeats the class purpose.
You hate this word I'm about to say, but that's when the person come across as a bitch, right?
Hmm. There are other definitions to being. I'm a bit different when it comes to, oh, someone is a bitch. Sometimes I can tell people, well, I'm not a bitch, but I can be a bitch. And sometimes for the confident woman, you might need to do that in certain field of study, field of work, because if you're trying to just be confident and just accept things as they come, you'll be trampled upon. But sometimes it needs you being that word you just said to be able to let pass the message across to the persons in front of you to let them know, like, in as much as I'm nice, you can be sweet and still say no. And no for some people is, oh, she's a bitch type thing.
I'm sorry someone tried to call me, but hello? Yes. Okay, I'm so sorry someone tried to call.
That's
But when it comes to being a bit like for me, I see it as when someone go like I made a video that says, "Oh, when people go, I'm a girl's girl, I'm a girl's girl," but you are doing the opposite of who a girl's girl should be. I know we are a bit deviating from what we were supposed to say, like we're talking about class, right?
mm-hmm.
And I made a video some 2 weeks back, and I was like, you're a girl's girl, you're a girl's girl, but your girl is doing something, you don't support them, and you feel, oh, I'm too classy for this. I'm so sorry, you're a bitch. So I know there's a thin line between being confident, being a bitch, and being overly confident. I think it's just like a string.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on that?
Okay, so for me, um, I would say when you say I'm a girl's girl, right? But it
Mm-hmm,
depends on what my definition of girl's girl mean to me and what girl's girl means to you. Being a girl's girl, I have my very close niche where we will tell ourselves the whole factual truth, whether it's nice or bitter. Oh, you know what? He did this to me, and oh, I did this. I should be able to tell you, okay, girl, you know what? That was amazing. But when you really go wrong, I would say, no, you know, girl, you didn't do this right. You could have done this better. For me, that is being a girl's girl, telling you the truth. And while I'm telling you the truth,
being a girl's girl.
while I'm sorry, I have a door knock and I don't know who is there. While I'm being a girl's girl, I still
Yeah.
am supporting you. I will support you mentally if you need it. But while I'm also pacifying you, like, oh, you've been brokenhearted, things have not gone too well as they should, I should be able to find a way to tell you, okay, you know what, you messed up here. How about we seek professional advice on this? For me, that's being a girl's girl. But if I support you on everything, for instance, if you're trying to be fraudulent and I'm trying to support you, by some definition, that's a girl's girl. But that's not my definition of being a girl's girl. So
Mm.
that's where the difference
That
is for me. So it's
that
relative.
that 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 that's the person just supporting bad behavior.
Well, but girl's girl is, if your girl wants something, if she's trying to do something, own it,
Mm-hmm.
accept it. And if I, for instance, if I see my girl's man messing up, either being with some other woman, whatever, a girl's girl would always believe, oh, I should call my girl. Hey, Messi, guess what? Oh my God, I saw your man and I saw him with a lady, na 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 na. That's a girl's definition by some persons. I might not necessarily take that action. What I might do is if he sees me or I see him, I can give him that look like, really? Or I can speak to him like, listen, you are so lucky to have Mercy in your life. You know that she's done na 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 XYZ. Do you understand? And
Mm-hmm.
she will break her back for you. If you feel this is the right policy for you to take, fine. But if you think otherwise, then do the needful. I do not necessarily have to come meet Mercy to say, oh, I saw your man and he was with a girl and he was hugging the girl. No, I've been a girl's girl by attacking the problem there and then,
Mm-hmm.
letting the man know that I'm standing up for my girl. I can even threaten him that I will let Messi know without necessarily letting Messi know at that time. Because dependent on how Messi feels towards that relationship, it could break a
Mm-hmm.
relationship. I might be saving mercy, but I might not be doing it the right way. So I need to wait for the right time and have the right approach as a girl's girl to letting Mercy know. Then, if I see that it's a continuous action from her man, every time, then yes, I would definitely draw Mercy's attention to it.
Mm.
Like, listen, I noticed this habit. I've seen it one, two times, and I feel you should just redress your steps. For me, that is being a girl's girl. And that's me being confident to facing the man without necessarily overreacting or being overconfident in the whole
Just in
situation.
just in line with your example you just gave, do you think it is like girly to inform? Because some people will be like, why didn't you tell me you saw him in the club? Why didn't you tell me he was doing something bad with another girl, and you didn't inform me? I wasn't in the know. Would you say it should be in the nature of a classy woman, in quote, to inform your girl, or you think you just want
Um,
to save her heart?
Okay, so in my own perspective, yeah, it's one thing for you to be classy. Classy has
Mm,
nothing to do with you trying to pry into people's affairs.
mm,
You need to know where to draw that line. Now, if I see Mercy's man, for instance, with another woman, we only have two existentialities in this world, man and woman. It's either the
yeah,
man is trying to be a woman or the woman, but they're just two genders basically in the world. He could be his
yeah.
colleague. That could be the colleague. That could be just a regular friend. That could be anything. So for me to just jump into the actions and trying to go let Messi know of what I have seen is me jumping the
And
gun
just think,
without me trying to
yeah.
sit back and see. However, if I notice that for any reason what's happening looks there are normal communications, conversations, coffee dates, whatever, but there's some that looks like you can tell there is something wrong. Now I can
Mm-hmm.
let the person know or see me like if I want without saying anything. That alone is enough communication. If the person knows me, like if Mercy's man knows me and knows, oh, I am Mercy's good friend or close friend. I'm using you as a sample. Sorry, I don't want to call any guys. I don't want to just call any names, so it doesn't look like I'm being specific. Um, then it's left for me to know how to deal with the situation. I might just let him see me. I might just look ahead and
You're
let him
not.
see me. And that's enough
Mm,
communication. If he really cares about Mercy, he would redress his step or even approach me. But when I then see it's way out of the ordinary, it's my duty to finding the right time
yeah.
and right approach to letting Mercy know that, okay, in as much as this person is doing this, you need to watch out for yourself. And
Mm,
sometimes, in as much as I'm being a girl's girl, I do not know what type of relationship Mercy has with the person. There are different types of relationship.
actually.
There's a close-ended relationship, which is what we Africans normally will do. And then there's the
Mm-hmm.
open-ended relationship. What if Mercy and the person are just having an open-ended relationship and I'm going to jump the gun? That takes class off me. That brings me to being crass. Crass in the sense that I'm just ready to jump at anything and dabble into any conversation or any solution. So for me, it doesn't work that way. That's my own idea. I know it looks like we're going from class now to relationships.
No, good.
Yeah. For me,
Uh,
I just see
talking
class
of,
as how you carry yourself. It's always for me, it's your dignity in motion. And motion is always going. It's your dignity in motion. How do you carry yourself with or without people around you? How do you eat in your private space? How do you go to work? How do you empathize with people? How do you it's a lot. It's like it's your well-being.
my
Yeah, I noticed. I can hear you if you can hear me.
This is not working. I want to go outside because we have good network. I'm gonna just take the phone, so we're good. I'll just take it. I'll go outside because this is not working.
That's fine.
I'm just gonna leave the office. I was at the office. Okay. Okay.
And by the way, you look so good.
Thank
Your
you.
skin is skinning.
Yay! That's the whole idea. It's just
Your
skin.
skin
Huh?
is skinning.
That's the that's the whole idea. Okay. I think it's way better here with the network. I'll just need to. Okay, so sorry about that. It's way better with the. It's way better like this.
Okay,
I just need to get, yeah. I just need to get the light so it's a bit lighty. So please give me a few minutes.
good. Oh, hi Nathan. Hi Theo. Hi Oliver. And Test me cakes and more. Hello. Sorry, we're waiting for the host, so she'll be back soon.
This is way better, right?
Okay.
With the
See,
volume and everything.
I
I'm
just
so
responded
sorry.
to your viewers. I told them that you'll be back shortly and test me, cake some more. Says okay, yay.
I I was hearing everything actually.
Okay.
Okay. So guys, we are if you start with us, we talked about class, and now we're going to jump right into our next point. Okay. First of all, there was something you talked about. I want to record that part, and it did come across really well. So please, can you say that again? Like the last few things we talked about confidence and self worth.
So, can you repeat the question in regards to what? Because I might not say it exactly the way it was said, but I give my thoughts
we
on it.
we talked about being a girl's girl,
Mm-hmm.
meaning if you see someone's man misbehaving somewhere, is it in your place or your responsibility as a girl's girl to be able to tell the girl or communicate such, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I responded to that, and my thought was there's a fine line between trying to be a girl's girl and being overzealous. That might
Mm,
be the word.
yeah,
As I said, in as much as I am being my own definition of being a girl's girl is me supporting and protecting my girl's image.
yeah,
However, I might be shooting the gun by jumping to my girl to talking about what I saw without
yeah,
actually sitting back to understand if first she has an understanding with that person being an open relationship, meaning
hmm,
that she can be with any other person and the person in question could also be with another person, and understanding that the person he or the partner might be with might just be a friendly friend, if that makes sense, a colleague, a
hmm,
friend at work. Like I said, we only have two genders in the world, male and female. I wouldn't expect that because I have a man, all his friends around him have got to be men. Of course not. So
yeah.
being a girl's girl is not just me jumping into conclusion and running to mercy to saying, oh, guess what? I saw your partner with this girl or this or that. Nah. So for me, that's not classy in any way. Having that's gossip.
Yeah,
Pardon me, that is total gossip. However, if I see that it's a
it's a
repeat
circle.
lifestyle, well, yes. So it's a repeat lifestyle. It happened once, it happened twice, either with the same person or with different persons in uncompromising situations or states. Then I would put it to myself to find a nice time and venue to talking to Mercy about it. Not necessarily coming to report the person, but letting her know that in as much as she might be invested in this particular situation, she might want to retrace her steps or define the relationship. That's what I will do, being a
D-
classy woman.
don't you think it will still be appropriate at that time of the incident that you as a woman being a girl's girl in court call the person to order like, hey, how are you? Like make them know I
The
see
man?
you, you see me. Is
Well,
that
sometimes you really don't get to do those type of things. Like I said, it depends on who the person is with.
hmm,
What if the person is with his or her boss?
yeah.
And it could be a business meeting. Sometimes you see people travel to the UK for certain meetings, and the person that they have to meet up with, they meet up in facilitated offices. It could be
Hmm,
that, or they meet up in a hotel restaurant or lobby or what have you. So I'm
yeah,
not just going to go, hey, hi. That's me bringing myself down. I would never see myself do that.
yeah.
However, maybe while getting a drink, if the person gives an eye signal like, hey, like, I know you, like, hey, what's up, you? I would go ahead and say, hello. But
Yeah.
my type of person would not go to such a table and go, hey, hi, what are you doing here? No, it's not in my place to do that. I'm sorry.
Mm. Okay, I'm just going to ask one question that's somehow related to this. What
Okay.
role does self confidence? Pardon me, my teeth still hurts.
Would you need
What
water?
no?
Okay.
What role does self confidence play in being perceived as classy?
Self confidence has a lot of roles in being classy. So, self confidence comes with emotional intelligence, which is the bedrock of confidence. Because if you're not emotionally IQ'd up there, you might take drastic measures on anything. For instance, self confidence is, oh, I'm trying to look for any sample around me. Self
Yeah,
confidence is okay, I know that I look good. I
yeah,
know I smell good. I know that my dentition is good. I know that my nails are well kept, stuff like that. It's not just about your general aura, it starts with your inner mindset.
yeah,
So, how do I feel about myself from within? How do I carry myself when I'm going to introduce myself? Do I go, hi, my name, my and I'm stuttering and I'm saying my name is Tolu? No, I've got to be confident. Hello, hi, good morning. My name is Tolu Lakpa Evans. How do you do? That is self-confidence, and it's with class. Now, self-confidence and class, in as much as they're intertwined, you need to know when to use them. It comes with the pardon me, emotional intelligence, which I said is the bedrock of anything, and it's more about your presence rather than your performance.
hmm,
A lot of times I see women, well, I would not say I've always been classy all my life. Pardon me to draw you back. Growing up in Nigeria, I am Nigeria by the way. I'm Nigerian by the way, guys. I saw a lot of things around me and everybody wants to show off. Nigeria is a land that we go above and beyond with everything. If we love you above and beyond. If we hate you above and beyond. If we're going to use technology, we always use the latest things. Like we always like we're more about the show offs rather than the class.
yeah,
And then this brings us back to the technical world right now. Instagram, TikTok, everybody's an influencer. Everyone is having the podcast. Everyone is trying to be a celebrity in their own rights, which is good. However, for me, most of those things are called performances.
hmm,
You go to the theater to see people perform, act a role that they necessarily are not. But when it is classy, classy is your mindset. It is how you feel about things. It starts with your cultural background. For me to get the role at which I am in now, or where I am in my life now, I saw women walk into rooms without saying a word, and the room is silent. People were talking, and there's that aura, there's that charisma. It's not about just how she looks, it's how she carries herself
hmm,
and how people treat her accordingly. You're seeing she's trying to look for a seat and people are getting up to actually open up a chair for her. That is class. That is you being classy and people respecting who you are as a woman. For me, that is class. I want to be able to walk into a room and my etiquette, either the way I hold my cutlery or the way I address people around me or even staff in a restaurant, at a club, in a bar. There's a way you can address them and it's classy without you being arrogant. Oh, get me that pen. No, did you not hear? That's not class. That's crass for me. I'm sorry. So this is my own understanding of them type of stuff between confidence, class, and your general mindset.
hmm,
But people might differ, but for me I would always say that confidence would always emit. It's like smoke without fire. Once you have the confidence, it's an aura, it will come off. However, performance would always leak. There would always be a crack and people can actually see through you, be it professionals or non-professionals. They can see you're trying so hard to being who you are not. And the sad part of performance is performance for me is always short lived. Oh, I'm
Mm,
trying to act like I'm a big woman. I have the money. I'm spraying the money around. I'm doing whatever. After a while, give it 1 week, I'm back to drinking my Gary and either not showing myself or I meet someone abruptly and I'm not in that wow standard. So
yeah.
for me, that is performance. That's not the real you. How do you go to bed when you're going to bed, when you're going to sleep? Do you take a shower at night? Do you get to use your colognes and roll ons, which I notice most people really don't? I do that as I'm going to bed. It's a ritual. Even if I would apply my lip gloss, you might think I'm being vain, but it comes from myself. How do I take care of myself? How do I see myself? How do I go to bed when nobody is even there next to me? I can wake up with my hair looking untidy, but do I stay like that all day because I'm not going out? No, I will take care of myself. So it comes from within. Whatever you feed into yourself is what you emit out. And for me, that's how class works for me. It comes from not trying too hard, knowing the fine line, and knowing how to balance your life and people around you.
Wow. Wow. Okay, now that we're still on this roll, what daily habits
Mhm.
or attitude reflect class more than material possessions?
Okay, what daily habits? I think I've partly
Ye-
mentioned some of those things in between.
yes, you have.
But
That's the reason I just had to throw the questions because I really do not want to like bombard you with all the questions.
um,
Like, so when
it's
we
fun.
go in that route, we'll just take it from there.
So the daily habit is possibly minding your business is number one on my list.
Absolutely, chi chi.
Minding your business is a big deal, is a big daily habit. Drinking a lot of water because it helps. But let's not get to the nitty gritty. Not being too loud when you speak.
Yeah.
So I know for me, my mother has a hearing issue and it's not a problem. I'll boldly say it. I'm still proud of her. She wasn't born like that. So by virtue, I talk louder than I might normally have had to do. But I know that in as much as I am a loud talker, like I'm very audible, you can hear me. I
Mm-hmm.
don't necessarily have to go, hey, how are you? No. So knowing when to be loud and non-loud is very important. Knowing when to address situations on a daily basis is very important. Your daily habit of not over accessorizing is very
Mm-hmm.
important in terms of being classy. You see, or sometimes, yeah, copying trends is not the very good way to go. Oh, I see
Mm,
Cardi B wearing like very full fringe, having the longest of nails. And because I see that as being classy and I start emitting that. My environment might not even really see that as a trend. I see it as a trend, but it might not even look good on me. And the
mm-hmm.
Cardi B that I'm really emitting or I'm emulating, if you go look at her day-to-day life, she really might not have those nails on or even the
Oh,
very
oh, yeah.
short hair. So we copy a lot of things online and we imbibe it into our daily activities and our daily settings, and they really don't configure with the life of being classy. But because we see them as celebrities, as trends, you know, we feel like that's class. But the truth is, being classy does not scream, it whispers.
Mm.
So for me, those are my thoughts.
Okay. Stay in that line. I there's a question I want to ask for myself actually
Okay.
because of the environment where I was brought up, Nigeria. I mean, the
Welcome, Nigerian girl.
industry,
Yeah.
the industry, it has trained my mind to speak louder than normal. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I was born and I was in Benin City until I was really 14, there about 15.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm already from Delta State. Now mixing these two, they are the loudest, I would say. Now, The only reason why I would say I'm a bit okay put together is because from 15 years I was already in Abuja, so
Okay.
there are a lot of like,
Abuja is metropolitan, yeah.
so being part of that culture or being brought up in that culture, I would say, uh, how do you train yourself in order not to leave that culture?
Now, come again. How do you?
How do you train yourself to unlearn what you've learned? Because I already explained my position. Okay, this is my position. Sometimes I can be loud without even knowing it. Sometimes, I mean, not
Okay.
all the time though, but sometimes that consciousness is there. I'm trying so hard to be this classy woman, but sometimes when the thing gets in my brain, or there's something funny and I want to laugh, or I'm saying something, it just really gets to me like, whoa, and I'm like, I just forgot all the training I've given myself over time. So how do you train yourself to unlearn that kind of a habit?
Okay. Okay. So if I understand what you have said, more or less, I think you're directing it more as to how your manner of approach to situations, like talking,
Absolutely.
mostly talking. You didn't really talk about, your general lifestyle. You talked
Hmm.
about speaking loud.
True.
So for me, the way I would do that if I'm used to a part, well, it's okay to speak loud. But
Hmm.
then you don't necessarily have to speak at every instance or every juncture.
Yeah.
If speaking loud is who you are, you know, some persons just generally speak loud, like they're
Yeah.
audible. But so I was trying to understand it. If you're just talking about being loud and loud in an okay way, not like loud like, oh, you know what, what did he do, what did he do, nah, nah, nah.
Yeah.
There's a way to being loud. So
Mhm.
if you're talking about audible loud, it's not a problem. That doesn't take class away from you.
Yeah.
It's just who you are. Some persons, you see them, I try to emulate some people when I hear them talk, and I love the way they talk. I have a friend, I'm not going to mention her name, a very close friend of mine. And I told her, I said, even when you are mad at your kids, your voice is gentle. I can't see myself getting mad at my partner or my kids. Like, I will still speak the way I'm speaking. But if you now
Hmm.
push me, if you push my buttons too much, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why would you actually do this? Can you actually? But she goes, oh no, darling, you don't do that. Like, no, do this and this. No, no, stop. It's not so nice.
Hmm.
And I feel like I'm in love with that. So if there's a way to try and emulate yourself, a way to be better, you can emulate how you see certain persons act.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm mad and my partner annoys me, I really want to like go like, are you okay? What do you now? Do you understand? But then I'm like, and I remember and I take a breath, which is something you can also do. I count to three or I count to five. The person is shouting. I want to say my peace of mind, but I go, okay, can we just calm down and take this back? I
Mm.
appreciate I've heard what you have said, and I acknowledge your anger, or I acknowledge your position on this. It's okay. However, is there any possibility of us sitting down and understanding why I feel the way I feel? So that's something you can emulate. So sometimes these days when I'm angry, I just really count in my head to three or I count to five before I speak. Because the normal African side to us is called bass boss. You're giving it to me, I'm giving it to you. And at the end of the day, I might say things that I did not plan to say. Maybe I know a deep secret about you that I should never have said. I stupidly say it. And the fact is, whatever you say to people, you can't take back.
No, it sticks.
So, in terms of being loud, loud can come in different forms. If you're loud, potent, and directive with what you need to say, and it's valid, please go ahead and say it. Do not change who you are to try and be something you are not. The only thing I would say is know where to draw your line, know when to respond. Be the main energy, and main energies don't go all about. If you
Yeah.
show yourself too much, people will get bored with your presence, and you're not of value anymore. So in terms of being loud, I'm going back, I'm using other scenarios to go back to that situation. If you see
Yeah.
yourself being too pushed, draw yourself back, look at the person, and if possible, sometimes not walk away, like walk out of the person, walk out on the person, but breathe and just let them know. If you don't know when to respond, you know what, I would not want to discuss this matter right now. I will come back to you. You're not at gunpoint to respond in there and then. But if it helps you change your perspective on how to speak, or tendencies of being arrogant or being too, I'm looking for the word, like too loud,
Too loud.
then
Yeah.
you know what? I'm not liking where this is going, but can I come back to you on this matter and take a break? That is being classy. And whoever who is even trying to pull you down would have to think back. The fact that you are calm and silence speaks way more than any shout you might give. I promise you,
Mm.
Mercy. So you're learning a new skill, you're building your pace, your tolerance level, and you're passing on communications perfectly.
Mm.
That's my thoughts. I hope that answers your question.
It does answer my question. My kid sister is here, so I'm going to say something she used to say. This girl in particular, very stubborn. She used to be like, when the Bible say when somebody slap you on one side, turn on the other side and pick anything and hit the person.
The Bible didn't say that.
No, I mean, she was like, the Bible said, when somebody slap you on one side, turn the other side. But it didn't tell you what you should do, right? He said, when you turn the other side,
No,
look
he
for
just said,
anything there.
he said, don't. Yeah, well, okay, true, true, true.
That
The
is
Bible,
stuck.
the Bible says turn the other cheek. Yes.
That is stuck with me for years. Like I kid you not. So if I just think about Abigail, I just think about when somebody slap you on this side, turn the other side, look for anything and hit the person's head.
That definitely is far, far, far away from class.
Of course we know, but I mean it is something we used to laugh about. But of course
Mm-hmm.
that is definitely the class.
Mm-hmm.
Now coming to social media, guys, pardon me in case I'm not speaking so uh clearly. Forgive me. My teeth is going through process. Okay, let's come to social media.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think social media has changed how people view class?
Most certainly. But unfortunately, is a misconstrued notion. I promise you.
Okay, can you
Okay, it's like you need me to
elaborate?
elaborate.
Of course. Why are we
Okay.
here?
Yes. So for me, how do I say this? Social media has its own perks and advantages, which is the reason why it was created. If you notice, we all feel closer to one another now because we feel like we're judges of people's lives. So
Mm,
I have a friend who says it, social media in-laws or Instagram in-laws. For any situation that happens, we have a say, we know how we want that say to be, and we're very good at judging people's lives. Ah, why would she do that? Did she, like, I was watching something today, was it yesterday? A very pregnant woman is going viral who lost her twin. I really feel so sorry
oh,
for her. And then
uh,
people went, oh, how can you put yourself in a way of getting pregnant and not knowing that you can afford it? We're all good, but we don't know what the situation was. How educated is she in terms of family planning? God forbid, there was this situation. Now that I've seen it today, I can see that it wasn't a rape case. It could have been a rape case. God forbid that she was raped. But no one takes their time. Nigerians don't take their time to understanding the reasons behind certain actions. We just are
yeah,
quick to judging. Now, that's a perception social media makes us feel like we're entitled to defining how people live their lives.
yeah,
And that's where it comes to. For me, social media has more or less replaced it's been replaced with performance models.
Oh yeah.
Everyone, for me, I feel like my nails, like, almost natural. Everyone goes like really long. Why? Because that's what social media shows. Or if your nail is not super long, you know, you're not in the game. For me, I don't even like the long nails. These are my own real nails, but that's the longest they will get, and I'm about to chop them down. Like, for me, that's class. Check the royal family. I'm not saying we have to emulate them. You hardly see them with the shabby, the massive jewelry, but social media sells all of those things. But what we fail to understand is a lot of times social media starts with paid sponsorship. Oh,
Mm.
I'm taking this tea. Oh my God, this tea, this is a tea bag. You should understand it's got maca roots in it. It's going to make you add weight. When you take it, your skin glows like my skin is glowing.
Are you there?
Advertisement, someone has
Okay.
sold. Yeah. Because
Okay.
somebody has sold the idea that the tea is all wonders tea.
Yeah.
Same with fashion. Oh, Mercy has gotten herself a Lamborghini. Oh, she is very classy. Oh my God. I'm not saying Mercy is classy or she's not classy. That's not the point. The point is that is Mercy's line. That's her type of comfort. That's what she likes. That doesn't mean that that defines class on a generic level. And then the younger ladies of today are hustling so much, selling their bodies, putting all the nudities online. Why? Because they're trying to attract that same amount of energy and money to be able to buy a lower version of a Lamborghini. And they feel that is class. Oh, if I don't drive this latest car, I'm not being classy. Or if I don't go to this exact place or carry the Kelly bag, I'm not being classy. No. Class has nothing to do with money. But these days we've changed everything to performance, which for me, yes, it's okay to emulate a few things of social media. However, that's not how you achieve your day to day class. So you need to understand what you digest. Social media is good. In my own case, how do I tell people, or how do I even define it around myself? If you, as a lady or as a man, you're willing to change your model or ways of living, your lifestyle, your manner, I will tell you 3 steps. First, determine in yourself that you're ready to emulate a new type of personality. We live and grow
Mm.
every day. Put it in your mindset.
Absolutely.
Okay, Tui, you're very slim. I'm trying to get bigger, have bigger curves. I start with the gym. I
Mm-hmm.
need to determine that I want to do that. And
Yeah.
once I do that, I need to activate the gym membership or do at home workouts if I don't have the money to go to a gym. That's number one step. Number two step for me is on your social media, if possible, it's a hard thing for women to do or for people to do. Delete most or all of the people that you're following on social media. From TikTok to Instagram. I really don't do Facebook, whatever. But let's use like Instagram. Delete everybody you are following if you're trying to emulate a class that you have not achieved. Then, for anybody you decide to follow on that social media, let's call it like Instagram, if I'm trying to get more feeds, follow one or two persons that have good reviews on that social media. And the next thing, if I'm trying to depict like a classy mindset, follow one or two persons that have been known to talk about class. That's all they deal on. Then you're trying to educate yourself. Maybe you're trying to go on master's training, or you're trying to be a cabin crew attendant. Follow
Attendant.
one or two persons that are in that league. Basically, the algorithm of the social media starts feeding you with those persons in that league.
Category.
So at the end of the day, all you are seeing and taking in is digesting what is feeding your soul, is digesting how to live your day-to-day life and how to emulate those things. And I
Mm.
can promise you, in the next 3 months, you will be surprised at how much of a different lifestyle you have started living, because you're not just taking general content into your brain and putting yourself under pressure. Instead, you're taking things that are guiding your steps to being the woman that you want to be.
Yeah.
And if you need areas where you can relax, and and be taken care of, let's call it that, put yourself into some type of club, you know. It can be a women's club, it can be a sports club. Follow that, and you'll be surprised. Once you start emulating these things, they imbibe in our day to day life and they become your lifestyle. That's the difference.
Hmm.
It becomes a lifestyle, and in 3 months, you will find yourself practically coaching other persons around you as to maybe how to emulate this. Honestly, ladies, I think you should try it.
Yeah, I thought of doing something like that because I say I want to be more on the feminine side. So I'm like, I tried to like follow people, not agbero minded people, huh? Follow people who have that
Mhm.
same mentality or who are coaches on social media. And that has really helped me in different kind of way because I kind of like see difference in my approach sometimes, regarding that. Now,
Yeah.
still talking about social media, is it classy for a woman to post personal, like, I mean, you can post your partner, but not like, I don't know, like personal stuff, like financial stuff. You just buy a Louis bag, and then the next thing is unboxing on social media. When you are not an influencer, it's different. If your target is to be an influencer, if you want to be an influencer, please go for it. If you don't, if you're trying to train to be an influencer, put your life out there. That is how it goes. Yeah, you have to sell. It's like you are a seller. You have to sell this mic.
Yeah,
You
play
have to
that right.
sell it. So you
Hmm.
you you have to put it out there. But if the whole thing is just for I want to make Messi jealous, which you're doing not okay, well. I want to make Messi jealous, not knowing, what this other person has going on. Is really called that classy, or how did you say? No matter how the video is portrayed, there are some videos you will see them set lights and everything. Do this unboxing video with me. Da, 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 da. When there's no baby, when there's not like a baby kind of thing, or blog. How do you see that?
Well, like I said earlier, we are now in a performance related world. So, what
Hmm.
you have just explained is performance model, not actually the reality.
Hmm.
So, is that class? For me, no. Class is what you don't post. If I decide to post my teacup, it doesn't mean I'm trying to really show anybody off. If I post a bag, for instance, if I post a bag or pair of shoes that really been in love with, and I put a caption under it, something that makes sense. Oh, you know what? I have been that woman that has been trampled upon, but now it's time to take charge. And I'm starting my first steps with maybe the Louis
Getting
Vuitton shoe.
something for myself. Yeah.
That is not a bad idea to do because you're passing a message. But the
Yeah.
question is, what message are you passing in any post you do? Some
Hmm.
persons just for some, it's boredom, if I may call it. I might just be going somewhere. Oh, you know what? I'm in Germany right now, and I'm just trying to show you guys what Germany is. It doesn't really mean that I'm not classy. No, but there's a level. If I'm trying to show you every dirty dot of what I'm doing, that is not class anymore. But snippets of the area, making people aspire, or oh, this is what Germany looks like, is so there's always a line to draw between that.
Hmm.
But then what we have on social media, like Instagram these days, is all performance model. I always will call it that. And I will keep telling you, class whispers. It emits, it's an aura. It's an aura like you can't take it away from anybody. If you see a classy person, just give the person 30 minutes. You'll see the real deal. Either it's a fake classy, you know, a fake classy appearance, or it's the real deal. So for me, social media does not really emit class. It can give you ideas of, oh, you know what? I would like to upgrade myself in this pattern.
Hmm.
And you learn what is needed, what is potent. But by the time you're digesting everything and making that become your everyday thoughts analysis on, oh, my husband is narcissistic in nature, my boyfriend is a gaslighter, oh, this woman poured acid on the person you pour.
Ew.
It doesn't depict class anymore. So feed your mind with what is needed to be fed with and go according to, don't be authentic. My top, people might like it. Oh, it's amazing, it's nice. And you'll be surprised where I bought it from. But that doesn't mean I'm not classy. So
Mm.
it's not about what you wear. It's not about the layers at which you wear. It's what comes
Yeah.
from within you and how you emit it out. That's my own definition. So even with social media, I might take a picture and post one or two things. Yes, for my gallery's sake, it's good because we don't have paper flip pictures anymore like we
Yeah.
used to. So it's okay. But when you now have to do it as, a continuous stuff and you're trying to pepper people,
Them.
pepper gang, you're actually not helping their situations because they feel
No.
like that's the normal lifestyle and they're
Yeah.
trying to do the worst case scenario type actions to achieve that lifestyle you are emitting. So you're leading people astray. So the
Forgetting that
question
people are looking up to you.
so the question is for me, the way I look at things, like how will I separate people that are classy and crass or just following the trend? For this outfit, I really like it a lot. If I'm going to wear this in for the next 5 years, will it still be valid on me? Will I still love it? Will people still look at it and go, "Oh my God, that's a lovely piece"? Yes. If yes is my answer, then I will keep it. But you can't
Mm.
just keep keeping everything. But if you look at it like, oh, you know what? Like this day is like the thong, the swimwears, two pieces. I
Yeah.
like the before it used to be the full panties or almost full line, down to your thighs. Now it's
Yeah.
like the G strings. Those are the thongs. And some people like it, which is okay. I don't have a problem with that. If you like the G string for you, fine. But look at it now. In as much as you buy that, if you're going to wear that for the next 5 years,
Yeah.
count your age and add 5 years to it. Would you always still be okay with that? Like, you know what? If you're okay with it, c'est bon, carry on. That's how I see my fashion style and class.
Oh. Now we're gonna talk about like respect and values. So that was very insightful. Even me, I'm learning, like literally, my brain now, okay, guys, for some reason, if like we earlier talked about girls being a girl's girl or being a big tree, we earlier talked about it.
You do like that term.
Now I loved it because I there are times I've called you and I'm like, can you imagine? XYZ, blah 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 blah, blah. And she's like, girl, breathe.
Yeah.
What did you do? How did you? Sometimes you need to count one, two, three.
Yes.
If this woman speaks to you as a girl's girl and she really got your back and there is no sense there. Hmm. Anyway, so we're going to jump
Well,
right into
it
yes,
works for me. No, I was just going to say it works for me. And I think a few persons that have used some of those things, it works for them. I have my friends call me Queen of Benefit of the Doubt. I really didn't like the name in the first instance. Like, you're always giving benefit of the doubt to people, but the fact is, you can't just see people and judge. So I'll
yeah,
give you
true.
benefit of the doubt. When you do the first thing, benefit of the doubt. Okay, maybe the person was squeefy when he or she did it. Okay, maybe the person was under duress. Okay, I would like to hear what the person has to say as to why he or she
Did that.
did that. Then that would inform my next decision. And that is how I work. And that's how I advise ladies around me, be it relationship. But sometimes I'll still tell you, protect yourself, either as a man or woman. Protect yourself. But before you say, oh, he did X, Y, and Z, what did you do when he did X? How did you react when Y came through? And what are you
Mm.
doing about Z? And for me, that's how you build your life around so many things.
Oh, I will have to watch this even me again because it's just so much like XYZ, right? What did you do after X? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, then okay, so we're gonna go for values and respect. How
Okay.
important? are values like respect, kindness, integrity in defining a class?
Kindness for me is the bedrock of everything. There's so many bedrocks to things, but without kindness, once you don't have the heart, you know, to be able to look at people, empathize with people, then you're not just being human.
Mm,
See how you react to animals around you. I know how I react to animals. I'm sure you have an idea. Like, I have a dog. I would lash him where I want to, where I need to, but you see me, I can't do without my dog. Like, oh my God, sweetheart, you know. So if I can do
mm,
that to my dog, I can also do it to human beings. So that is where kindness comes in. Oh,
mm,
the fact that, you're being kind does not mean that you have to be stepped upon, like trampled upon. No. But kindness is something that you have to, it's inbuilt. You have to, even if you don't have it around your environment, you have to imbibe that act, because
mm,
it leads you into many other, it's like a door opener to many other rooms. If people see like, oh, this person is really a sweetheart, caring and kind, even for like Beauty and the Beast, for instance, even with being a beast and everything, the moment it's like you're gentle, you're kind, it would open more doors for you.
mm.
So that is kindness for me. Then what's the next one you mentioned? Kindness and something with class?
Kindness, respect.
Or respect is reciprocal. And I think it can be tied, like, if you're already kind to people, a lot of times you're bound to be respectful to those around you. Most of the times. Oh, someone is coming through the door, and you're opening the door. Somewhere it's like you're already according some level of respect. But
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't mean, so you can be kind and you can be respectful, but that doesn't mean like it defines your class.
Mm,
I might be wrong. I'm kind, oh, you know what? Okay, a man wants to eat 12 midnight. Okay, here, darling. Oh, yes, darling. Okay, yes, yes. Okay, you want something? Okay. But that doesn't mean that I necessarily have class. Class is not me saying no.
no.
But I can be classy and go, oh, would you like to eat, darling? Okay, I will make you some food. And the person is able to reciprocate that same gesture to me. But
Yeah.
how I carry myself while doing some of these things, some of these actions, is where class comes in. Class defines you. I don't know if that helps.
Yes, it
That's
is.
how I see it. I can be classy without being overly kind. I might just be very objective. Okay, if he's kind to me, I'm kind to him, but I'm still classy. If someone doesn't respect me so much, it doesn't take the classiness out of me. It just means that I just need to define how
Relate.
I relate around that environment. If I'm in a toxic relationship, I might be classy. Like, okay, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do this talk with you now. No, I will not keep going on this subject. I would like to take a break. I would like to re redefine myself. I would like
Mm-hmm.
to, there are ways, and that's me being classy.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean I don't have respect for the person, but I will not take the person pushing me down and plunging me down all in the name of being respectful. So I would not say they go line in line. I would say
No.
it depends. They walk, like emotion, like, okay, you do this here, you pedal on this, like the car brakes and clutches. You don't press everything at the same time. You need to
No.
know when to apply one, to release the other, to apply another. So the car
Yeah.
is a class. The brake, the clutch, the gas, those are the attributes that come with them. And you then need to know when to pedal and when to let go. That's it.
Well, let's just have a little bit of debate, yeah? There are a lot of people I
Hmm.
see like they dress expensive, looking like wearing all the brand logo and everything. I find it cheap. I don't care how much you buy it, but if you're wearing Louis Vuitton and everything is Louis, it's giving out. I find it cheap, right? But you see a lot of people who dresses really classy, right? And they lack respect. Their behavior is, you cannot even match it. Their energy is off. what would you say? Like, it might just be who they are. It might just be they were spoiled. It might just be like they were not raised properly. It might just be something, you know. But when they like very shabby, you see a woman dressed and then she's looking all good, and then when she speaks so disrespectfully or walks in the salon and everybody is there. Of course, sometimes I do that too. Like back then in Nigeria, when I go to a salon, I don't have energy to be greeting, "Good morning, ma. How are you?" I don't have that energy. I just was straight to reception and this is what I'm here for, blah blah blah, get my shit done. I'm out of the place. But what would you say is like, okay, someone who dresses expensive, how do you upgrade yourself to be classy? Someone who already looks classy, like looks it.
Well,
She dresses so nice, yeah.
I think it depends on what your definition of class is, because when you started this statement, you said, "Oh, some people will go Louis, 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 head to toe." For me, a brand is a brand. Yes, there are more sophisticated brands than the others. If I
Yeah.
wear a Primark top and I wear a Primark pants and I wear a Primark pair of shoe, they're all brands. So for me, I wouldn't, it's when you show off. It's one thing to wear the designers all through. Some persons grew up wearing expensive luxury brands, but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that they're not classy. Their families were able to afford that, and that's why you will not see them in the likes of Zara or Primark or what have you. I wouldn't hold it up against them. It's who they are, it's what they want. How they then put it together is another kettle of fish. I'm not a Gucci, like, Gucci. I use Gucci. Sorry, Gucci guys. I love you guys, but I don't like that you're seeing all the Gucci, GGG. It's my type, it's not my thing. I really don't like it. So I would
Hmm.
wear a Gucci pair of shoes that doesn't really show the logo, but I love the quality. So I
Yeah.
won't blame people for wearing what they wear. Now, there's where show off comes through. But if their kind of outfits depict less class, like I said, class is emitting from within. When I was younger, I used to think class was all about the style, how people look, and the etiquette. Oh, I need to hold my hands like that. I need to go like that. Not necessarily. I can still gesticulate with my hands, without going all over or opening my arm. But today, I see class as grace under pressure. Carry your grace
Mm-mm.
under pressure, and it's got to be consistency in value. What value do you bring to the table? I'm not bothered as to how you choose to dress. Yes, I wouldn't like men sagging, your whole inner wear is obviously showing so much and you're putting it like, like the fashion we do now, men putting their pants under their bum. It's a trend that started from the prisons. The history of sagging, what we call sagging, started from the prisons. Why? They couldn't give them belts because they could use the belt as weapons to hurt and harm themselves. So sometimes, because when they do the clothes, they're in batches. Someone like me might not be able to wear your size because it's going to be too big
Hmm.
for me. So a lot of times when I wear the clothes, which I have to, it's dropping off my bum. So with the boxes, because the pants is dropping, that's where sagging came into play. And people don't understand. But people see Eminem, Jay Z, and the rest of them, Omarion, Chris Brown rocking it. And they feel
Hmm.
it's like a G thing, like it's trend.
It's a
But that's
trend,
not
yeah.
trend, and that is not class in any way. Class is wearing your jeans or your pants properly with a proper belt, not showing off too much. That is a good trend to class. But when you get to the point where you're overly showing off with designer stuff and you're arrogant in your response and you're arrogant with your mannerism, then there is a problem. And how can they get better? By trying to sit back and emulating those that they feel that would be confusing. I was going to say emulate those that they want to be like, but if they're still trying to be like their arrogant senior version of themselves,
Yeah.
it's still back to the mindset. I want to be classy. What is it that I want to change about me?
Mm.
Take your
Wow.
time, get a journal, write it down. Okay, you know what? I'm 25 years old right now. By 26 or by 30, no, that's a long stretch. By 26, I want to be able to do certain things. Get a journal,
Mm-hmm.
pen down your thoughts. Sometimes write your fears. It's very important. Oh, I fear that when I open my mouth to speak in public, people are going to shut me down. Write it down. Oh, I fear that when I wear clothes that don't look like Sierra's outfit, people don't accord me the type of respect or validation. Write it down. When you see some of those things as you write them down, just talking about it on paper is already a mindset coming into play.
Mm.
Then each step next to it, have a column of how can you change that situation.
Yeah.
Okay, I can change it by watching more videos that has to do with dress essence, or oh, I can watch it by giving to charity a lot of the clothes that don't depict the type of person I want to be. Give the clothes to charity. So when you write it down, actually take your time and give the clothes to charity. When you don't have it in your closet, it doesn't make you go back into that old life. And as you do those little things, give yourself a reset. Go back, what, 6 weeks, 1 month? Okay, how am I doing so far? These are the amount of clothes. Take pictures of yourself. How do I look? Do I like the new me that I'm seeing? Am I reading things to better my skills? That is how I will go about it in my own situation. And it same goes down to relationships. Sometimes as women, sorry I'm digressing, but
No,
sometimes
no,
as women,
please.
I can say, oh, you know what? I love the playboys, or I don't know what to call it. Like, I like a gentleman, but I like a gentleman that knows what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere that can come off as being a bit arrogantic type of man. But if that's what my heart has been feeling, has it worked out for me? Have I gotten beaten in some of those relationships of those kind of persons, or not earned my respect? If I have, and I don't want that kind of situation, I'm tired of my face puffing up and all of that, then I write it down. Okay, I get attracted to men that sag. I get attracted to men that's, push or whatever. I get attracted to men that look at women, and even when you talk to them, they tell you to shut up. Write it down and start ticking it off. Okay, from now I'm going in the opposite direction. Why don't you try the other way? Try a man who looks like a gig, really calm, simple, and go on just few dates with the person. See how you feel around such a person. You might not be sexually attracted to the person, but the person might treat you right. The person, oh, I'm not attracted to men with that have no children. Why don't you? Or I'm attracted to men that don't have children. Yes, which is okay, but they feel like they are the life of the party. They don't have responsibilities, so they won't take you serious. Oh, why don't you try and be with someone that maybe has had a child that really wants a real relationship, and see how the person treats you? If the person treats you right, then maybe your fantasy is wrong, is in the wrong order. So this is you developing yourself from where you have been to where you are trying to be. That's my own understanding. Sometimes flip the script and see if it works. If something has not been working for you in a particular way, turn it the other way and try and see if it works in another manner. But these days, we're always too well, I'm looking for the word. We're not patient enough with ourselves as to seeing
Yeah.
if something really will work for us. We're like, we want to make money sharply. We want to, I am this color right now. I want to be like who? Alicia Keys. In fact, Alicia Keys is not too far. Who I'm looking for someone
Yeah.
that is very fair, like a fully white person. I want to be like this person in the next 1 month. And we don't know that
Mm.
it's a step by step process. So, same way with arrogant clothing is a step by step process. You need to take it one step at a time, one step at a time.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to quickly go over what we've been talked about ever since. Definition of class, beyond wealth. I think we've talked about that. Self-worth, confidence, we've talked about that. Social media perceptions, we've talked about that. Values and respect. I think that's the last thing we talked about. And then the last one before the conclusion is learning and unlearning, right?
Okay.
Which Oh, which I think is the last one, the last two. So I'm just
Wow.
gonna throw that to you.
Okay.
What are some common wrong belief about class and about class that people need to unlearn?
No, come again if you don't mind.
What are some of the common wrong beliefs? Like it's a wrong belief, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that people
Need to
tend
unlearn.
to learn, yeah, need to unlearn.
Well, number one, knowing that class whispers. It's not arrogance.
Absolutely,
You
absolutely.
have to unlearn that. You need to normalize, that notion. Things that people need to unlearn. A lot of times, class is misinterpreted as trends,
Mm.
but class is your personality from within. It's not a trend. It's not what you see on social media. It's what you inhibit from within and shows to the world. You need to normalize learning that class is something that people don't, that it's something that I'm looking for the right word. Class is something that you do when people don't see you.
Mm.
I'm having my cup of tea. This is my cup of tea. Is that what I would normally do? Or when I'm done, I'm like, hey, I'm not, like it's what you do in the dark. Not necessarily like in the dark, like a closet, but it's what you do when no one is really watching. Those
It's a
are things.
lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. And class is something that is not built overnight with wealth, fashion, or I don't know, or food. Like, oh, I want to go to the latest restaurant every time. Oh, I want to eat this food every time. No, it's something that you take. It's like a school. You don't have a degree in one day. You have to take the degree bit by bit. First semester, second semester. You have exams to take. That exam is where you self-reflect yourself. So that's what people need to learn. You need to learn to audit yourself as a human being, especially as women. So people need to learn that. And in terms of your values are your beliefs. It comes from cultural background. If you come from the fact that you are a farmer's daughter and you were farming all through your years when you were younger, does not mean that you can't be classy. Class is something that you learn over time. Be in environment where you can self-develop yourself. Or you want to try things that are nicer, go for dance, go for little aerobics, go for yogas, things that just helps you really calm down from your normal basketballs type of life, and take
Yeah.
what you eat seriously. Don't just be filled with the junk food, because in as much as you're trying to be classy, you also need to keep fit. You also, what you feed yourself with is what emits on your skin. You've got, in as much as you have strawberry legs, sometimes for some persons it's not that it's really intentional, but go
Yeah.
online and feed yourselves with ways of erasing the strawberry legs. If you're not, if it's something that gives you lack of self-confidence, work on how to remove them strawberry legs. Look for how to better your life, basically. Be kind
Yeah.
to yourself. Applaud yourself when you have done certain milestones and achieved them. There's nothing wrong with applauding yourselves, and that's something we don't do.
I'm sorry to cut you. That's where a lot of people get it wrong because they don't like take a pause. You just keep going. You just keep going. What next? You just keep going. At the end of the day, it's not even making you have any like you having no values. There is nothing. You are not stopping to like how will I say to increase or learn. You know that people who pauses to learn. A lot of people just say, okay, I know it all, so I just keep going. I just keep going. So yeah, I just thought to put that in.
I totally agree. And sometimes you can't really blame them, because the fact is, as women, we generally we've been known to be the ones that make things happen. Oh, we
Let's
have to
unlearn it,
cater.
please.
We have to take care of our own immediate family, especially those that like the first children, like first child in the family. Oh, I have to
Yeah.
take care of my mother and father. I have to pay fees for my younger ones. There's that societal dependency on us,
Mm.
and we need to learn to unlearn it. we need to learn to unlearn it. Like we have to unlearn that. In as much as you're in this world and you're trying to cater to your family, it's not your mandatory obligation. Support your family members to a particular level. When the ones you're supporting, maybe the younger ones, get to a particular age, inculcate into them as you're growing to learn to also stand up for themselves. And then
Yeah.
you all will hold hands together and support your mother and father who have pulled strings to making you guys where you are. But don't
Yeah.
believe that because you're an Ada, till your younger one gets. I know of persons who they're like the Ada, they have younger ones.
Yeah.
They're catering to the mother and father with a salary of less than 500,000 naira. And the younger one lives in the same house as them. They pay the rent. Then the younger one went to have a baby, and she's practically
Yeah.
taking care of the baby. So the whole, how do you bring class into such a person? The person just becomes a
You
hustler.
can't. You can't.
Your society has forced a person to be a hustler rather than
Yeah.
self-developing herself. But because it's a notion, oh, I'm the woman in the house, or I have to do this, I have to cater to the man. Sometimes relax and let them. Men love to take care of women. If they
Mm.
find the right one, they do love to spoil the women. Women, earn
Actually,
your
yeah.
credits, earn your credit, and sometimes pause, take a break, take a breather, applaud yourself. Sometimes go for a glass of drink. It doesn't have to be alcohol. Go out with the ladies. Go to some spa dates. Go on some podcasts. I'm sorry I'm talking to ladies now, but like it's something that we women don't really do a lot, and we need to start imbibing into our natural
Yeah.
habits. Get your hair done. This whole wig, I won't say it's classy or it's not classy. Sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's a bit overrated and it looks crass rather than class. So,
Give me a minute, please. Just one sec. Okay. I'm sorry
and
about that. I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Did we already finish it? No.
yeah,
We're
I
still
finished that.
talking.
Well, I kind of
Okay.
finished that end, but
Okay. I think I'm just going to jump right to the very last one, which says, how can I? Okay, this person said, how can someone start building a classy mindset today, even with limited resources?
okay. Okay, so to whoever who asked that question, it's a very good question. How can you build your classy mindset? Like
Yeah,
develop a classy mindset? I would say number one,
absolutely.
edit your words. For every time you need to speak, pause, think about what has been said before you respond. That's number one for me.
Mm,
Tidy up your environment. If you are the type of person who likes to throw things around, of course, when you see things everywhere, your clothes are everywhere, even your brain itself is everywhere because by the time you're trying to look for a particular outfit, you're having to like flip through to look for
yeah,
something. So have an environment that defines you. And developing a classy mindset, it comes around you. How do you position yourself? When you walk straight. If you see yourself slouching a bit, remember, for instance, I'm Marilyn Monroe. Do you see her walk slouchy? No, she goes upright. Try and emulate that type of attitude or that kind of characteristics. Imagine that you are in a movie role and that is your role model for that period. That's who you're
yeah.
acting. Stand up tall, sit up straight. Imagine a book on your head. I can't do that now because I have a bunny up. Put a book on your head and let it balance. Try that in your spare time. Also, developing a classy mindset, reduce the gossips. Women, sorry, I'm saying to women now, we gossip a lot. A lot. If it's not your business, unless they come to
Don't
you for
make it
advice,
yours.
unless they come to you for advice, please. And then developing the mindset, like I said earlier, in terms of clothing, for instance, if I wore this or I lived in this kind of this type of mannerism, either I'm very arrogant or I don't care what I wear or I have some tattoos and I want to develop it all over myself. Ask yourself, if I have this like this continuously 10 years from now, would
Yeah.
I still feel dignified? If you feel yes, like, you know what, okay, maybe I'm 30, by the time I'm 35, I would have my children, I'll have my husband, I'll have my in-laws. Would they be proud of who they see right now in 5 to 10 years from now? Would my partner be comfortable to saying, oh, you know what, hey, that's my woman, ooh, she is amazing? Or the person is just going to say, oh, you know what, sit at home, don't worry, stay at home, I'll tell them you're fine, let me go. The moment a
Mm.
man has to give an excuse for not having to introduce you to the world, I don't care who
Yeah.
the world is, then there's a bit of a problem. You need to understand that. And developing a mindset, never, ever, ever dilute yourself, people. Feed
Hmm.
yourself with potent, good things. Do not try to fabricate who you are not. Or, oh, I want to get a Lamborghini and I will do everything and everything. After you get the Lamborghini or you get the Birkin
What
bag,
next?
what next? You start aiming for the next trend. And your life is based on trends. Because once you achieve that trend, imagine I wanted this cup. Oh my God, I want this cup. I want this cup. Oh, I finally get it. Check yourself a day after you buy that cup. You're no longer really interested in it. It's the same thing with men. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you know what? Okay, yeah, yeah. Now you're looking for the next cup or the next fanciful plate. Your interest has left where it was to something new. So, following trends every time does not necessarily help your mindset. You need to accept who you are as a woman and as a man. Sorry, I keep calling women, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want it to look like, So when you do that, and what I would always tell people about being classy and improving on that mindset is class is self-sustained, is a self-command. Like you don't need to speak, class speaks for you. You go somewhere and there are people around and there are gentlemen on the table. I see a lot of women just cross their legs and go, oh, he will come and say hello. No, if you're the one walking to the table, and then people sat already, they might stand up to say hello to you, but say, hello, guys. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Tolu Evans. That's confidence. And they themselves will respect you because you're walking in the midst of men and you're knowing how to act accordingly. You don't just sit and go, hi. So for me, and then always try to speak a little slower than you normally would and breathe more. Breathe
Hmm.
breathe in. I noticed that. Breathe in between
Hmm.
sentences because always there is silence. There's power in silence. That's what I would say on how to develop a classy mindset.
Wow. Just one last question. It's not part of anything here. I have watched you over time, even from Esther's wedding, with all the busy nature. I kid you not, like for you to know, I do not forget stuff here. From Esther's shower, everything, the wedding, there was this stillness. There was this, yeah. Even when someone tried to be like funny around, and then I'm like, sis, can you imagine this? But even like, mercy, take it easy. And I'm like, instead of you to say, bring bottle, make we
Well, because the
there's
fact
this.
the fact is I don't know what the person is going through and I'm not going to let your energy push mine down. I remember at that wedding, I did all I needed to do. In fact, I don't think I took a picture on that wedding day. I
I don't
was
think any of us did.
no, I didn't. At being family, I didn't take a picture. I was helping, like carrying chairs, trying to, because I felt it as a responsibility at that time.
Yeah,
I am older. She is a younger cousin, but I didn't see it as that. There was a mission, a project on ground. Have a successful wedding, a successful, fun, dovey wedding.
wedding.
I will put everything of mine aside to making sure that the persons that were invited that came from far and wide were going to be happy living. And even the bride and groom were happy dovey couple. So I will put everything on the ground and make that achievable. When I got
Yeah,
home, did my leg give way? Oh, yes, it
of
did.
course.
But I was happy with the results that we got.
But how did you put yourself? How, like, because that is a way of class, and that is class in my opinion. How did you like put yourself together in such, even with all the busy, you were still carrying yourself with grace? I'm like, yeah, okay. You were doing the work, but still, you were still, oh,
Still carrying on. I get what you mean.
you were still, but you were doing everything. People could tell that, you're impactful. Look at the how you pulled the crowd for your friend's surprise birthday. You organized that thing from the very start to finish, and you did not like, nobody caught you sweating, but you sweated to do that, right? So how do you put yourself in that place of rest as a woman and remain classy and still, no matter what's going on? Okay, yeah, okay. Me, I could not raise my voice. This roof could not come out.
Well, I think it's back to the beginning, your start of question of class and mindset. It is a mind thing.
Yeah.
So I know for my friend's surprise birthday, like you said, funnily enough, I've had that thought for months because she has not had a birthday since she was a child.
Hmm.
I've been close to her. I know. And I know the reason behind, but it was a landmark birthday and she had no clue. So yes, how did I do that from where I was in another country that I don't even
Yeah.
speak French with, French on? It was quite difficult, but it was still the mindset. I had a goal. I am a project manager. This is the project at hand. I want to organize a 40th birthday gathering, and I need this to be done. So I position myself, this is what needs to be done. I can't do it by myself, so I will get the resources around me. Resources is either going online or trying to talk to my friend, claiming it's someone else's gathering to know what she might like. It's the same for bridal shower. Getting advice from persons that are around her or using them as my weapons of information.
Yeah.
And then coming to people like, listen, guys, I am trying to do this. I had to seek approval from the people. I didn't really know her friends. So I used one friend to add another friend to add and add and add. And I was surprised everyone came through. Like, I think we had over 20 people or something, 25.
Yeah.
So it's a mindset thing. And while you're doing this, if you think about how people will piss you off, you would never achieve anything in life. You don't stop being in a marriage because the man lashed one time at you and yelled and slammed the door. You would swallow it because the goal is to have a beautiful marriage. The goal is to be there for your children. The goal is to be an ambassador to your family that when people see you outside, they say, oh, you know what? That's that person's family. And I
Yeah.
think the way I have gotten to start and finishing things is being from a military background. My mother does not hear no. No is not even in the dictionary. In fact, my mom was
Oh
able
my
to shut
god.
up and stuff. So I've seen myself as someone that I have to finish what I start, apart from food. I think that's the only thing that I hardly start and finish. I'm sorry, but I'm being honest.
I
So
know. I
once
know.
once I put my mind to something and I need to achieve it, I try to sustain myself till I get to the end. After that, then I can break down. And that's how I
Yeah.
position things in my head. Until that thing is achieved and we've gotten to the end product of it, there is no rest. And then the moment we're
True.
done, I would either give myself a spa day or applaud myself with something or go dancing, something to reward myself for a job well done. That's something I have always
Yeah.
imbibed. If there's anything to take home, once I go on long course of project or task to achieve and it's
Yeah.
stressful, at some point it can be, oh, I had this little money. I'm going to buy myself a pair of shoe. I'm going to get my hair done, treat myself nicely to something. And that's what I always
Yeah.
try to do. I hope that answers
Wow.
that question.
That answer it very well. I'm
Okay.
from my dad is also in the military, but he's a softer when he comes home. So we
Oh,
are
that's good.
all, that man is soft.
That's
My mom
good.
is supposed to be, that woman is supposed to be
The man, like trade
the man,
places.
yeah. They're supposed to trade place because my dad is pretty soft. Like when he comes home, he's
Mm,
like, look cooking me. He's like that. Oh, where his momo button, if I'm permitted to use that word. But my
it's all
mom,
right.
she's in that boski. Like nothing shakes that woman. So yeah, I think I got some traits from her because when it comes to my like, yeah, I don't know, whatever. Okay, so let me see if there's any more questions because I really want you to just um talk about everything again, but in 1 minute, like
Okay.
in what class mean in general, how to improve yourself. If you are in the if you're in the school of and want to be schooled in this, which also including going back to school if need be, just to gain some knowledge, just to, I'm talking about trying to have your own money as well as a woman, because no
Okay.
classy woman wants to be beggar, so I really want you to just have a round talk about everything in 1 minute before we go.
Okay. So you just want me to give like a
Like, yeah,
summary?
so round up. Yeah, yes, please.
Okay. Okay. So, like I said, class is a thing that intertwines with.
Should I, would you like me to just give the 5 points we talked about? The 5 point is definition of class and wealth beyond, self-respect and confidence, social media perception, values and respect, learning and unlearning.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Mm.
so back to it. Class, like I said, it's a thing that inhibits from within. Real class always whispers. It's not something that,
Yeah,
is arrogant or loud. And because the mind governs everything around us, including our
yeah,
actions, sometimes our reactions. So our aura for me is the class. How do you walk into a room? How do you
yeah,
define yourself? How do you say hello to the next person? How do you react to what is being said to you? Do you understand? So this is something that class is the body, and then the attributes are things that are like stitched onto you. Do you understand?
yeah,
And then I remember you were asking something about how can someone build their own was it confidence without, while being classy. And I'll say is
mm-hmm,
keep your promises to yourself, okay, you want to do this. I am someone who is kind at heart. Stay kind at heart. Stay true to yourself, because in as much as you try to deviate from who you are to what you are not, then it
yeah,
does not it's not lasting. It's short-lived.
yeah,
And I think you ask on how daily habits to reflect
yeah,
that, and I told you drink lots of water, mind your business when you can, speak less possibly, and always listen more. And when you're agitated or you're not sure of how to respond to things, always count to three. That always works. You don't have to go 1, 2, 3. Just in your mind, count to three. And for
mm,
situations where you're not sure as to how to deal with the situation, always ask to come back to that. Like you would like to take a break from that situation or the issue
mm,
at hand, step away, go do something, and then come back to discussing it. By that time, you're able to pull your thoughts together, and your words might actually lay down nicer than they would have when the person spoke the words to you, whoever it might be. And I remember you also talked about some, what's that? Sorry, excuse me, daily habits,
Oh yeah.
which is part of what I was saying: drinking water, speaking less, decluttering your social media, following, not followers. Followers, I'm not bothered. Following who you are following, because that's what defines the algorithm on your social media. Follow
Yeah.
people that are helping you to define the woman or the man you're hoping to become, and feed that into your mindset. That in its own way will start replicating and emitting new lifestyle habits for you.
Mm.
Those habits then become your day-to-day lifestyle. That's what I said. And you ask on how to be classy on a budget. Classy does has almost nothing to do with being on a budget. I understand
Mhm.
sometimes it's by what you wear, but you can have a Primark top and just pair of jeans and you will look classy as classy can be. So it's not about how much you spend on an item or how many items you get together as a woman or as a man. No, it's how you put them together and being able to recycle these things. Even with the rugged jeans, there's still ways you can wear them and they will look classy. Get yourself a few pieces, a nice tank top or big sleeves, a blazer. Every woman or man should have a blazer, a pair of pants or jeans, some type of good shoes or okay shoes, even from Primark is okay, and adore them. They would still look so good on you without looking crass. And for areas where you need to study more, get some books. There are lots of podcasts online right now that will teach you
Mm.
about class or women building energy, or 101, 101, no, 41 laws of power, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. It changes your mindset a bit. There's the laws of attraction, but there's a law of power, which is really good. Pick excerpts from some of those things, and in all of this, be kind to everyone around you. The moment you're kind to people around you, people will reciprocate and they would want to do more for you. That's very important. And like I say, how do I personally maintain my own poise, as you ask, in challenging situations? I breathe. I practice breathing a lot. And when I'm going to speak, I think twice about what I want to say and I say it. I think twice about it and I'm like, okay, if I land this, does it sound okay? And I say it. And then I always remind myself sometimes silence is often louder than the biggest tantrums I might throw. So
Mhm.
I don't know if that answers a lot of the questions or the summary that you've asked me earlier. And I would say always, true class is never arrogance.
Mm.
Rather, it uplifts and is like a smoke. It would always emit no matter where you are and how you are. Even in fighting situations or whatever, true class would always emit itself like a smoke in your life. Then is there
Um,
any other part?
no, when you talked about the laws of power, for those that wants
Lots of power.
to, yeah, it is the 48 laws of power by
48
Robert
laws. I said
Greene.
41. Yes, pardon me. It's been a long time I
48.
read that.
I think I'm gonna get it today. I've been thinking about it because all it says here is never outshine the master, never put too much trust in friends, learn how to use your enemies, blah 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 blah. I think it's all necessary for to be this classy woman. Hey,
Hey.
hey.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to say thank you so much. Like,
Thank you for having
I
me.
know you do not value what you have, but I value you. They
Oh.
used to say in my place that a native doctor is not recognized in this area. So you are
Thank
so
you.
so guys, I just shared my sister with you all. So go through every bit. So if you see the way I'm being classy, know that I have backbone. I have somebody who is who is grooming me to that direction.
But I'm learning from
And
you too.
ah,
I am. You're an amazing actor. And that's the truth. Whether you like it or not, you are amazing. When you actually put your mind to things, I've watched you over the years, you actually go for it. Like nothing stands in your way. It might be tough. You might want to let go, and then you go, oh, you know what? Now, wow, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. And you actually do start
yeah,
it. And I think to a large extent, you finish quite a lot. So, yeah. Like, so this is
to
not me trying to bother you, but I think it's just what it is.
thank you so much. To think that the acting, I'm even back at it, like recently produced 2 movies. And yeah. So I'm looking forward to like, okay, when the
When are you
profits start
dropping
coming
it?
in. Oh, one is already showing. One
Is
is
it?
on yeah, is it? I will text you later. I'll show you the details. Another one is in production right now. So we
Yay!
are moving forward.
You are?
Hallelujah. So when I tell you, sis, I'm going to Nigeria to shoot a movie, know that business has officially kicked in. So
I know you
we are
will, so I'm
working
not
to
worried. I'm not worried at all. And I think you have hands on deck that will be willing to say messy, just say the word and they will start.
they've already this is a journey. Anyway, thank you so much, my sister. I love you so much from the depth of my heart. I mean, when I
Thank
told you,
you.
I remember telling you this sometime last year, and you were like, "Oh, mercy," and I'm like, "No, you're too classy." And the way, see, sometimes you intimidate me. Just that I'm
No
your younger
way.
sister, so I cannot be intimidated. But I'm just being sincere. Like the way this woman talk,
She
no matter
bullies
how
me
angry
too.
she is, no matter I only steal your things. That's all. No matter how angry she is, she's keeping her composure. And there was a day I called her, "Can you imagine?" And she said, "Breathe, Mercy. What
Mhm.
did you say?" I started talking. She was like, but it is things. It's normal. Da, 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 na, na. Ah, no, I have to suck it in
Whose
because
side are
yeah,
you
she
on?
was right. Yeah, because she was right. So guys, go through this, and please, if you want to join her women's grooming
Lake
thing, you need to join
Paradise.
the group. Later read this. Sorry, my
Thank
mouth is
you.
under construction, so forgive me. Thank you so much, sis, for joining. We love you. I personally love you, and I cannot wait to steal some stuff from you. I really like this top you're wearing is going to go a long way with the outfit I'm
I'm
planning
glad
in
it's
the
already very
future.
fitted, so it can't fit you anymore. See, there's no space. So, guys, thank you
Nah.
very much. This one can't fit her, so I'm glad she wouldn't have to take it. But I'm very grateful.
I cannot wait to see you. And yeah, we have a lot of show to plan. We have plenty things to plan, so I'm
I'm
happy about
sure.
it. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you
Don't
so
forget to
much for
like,
having me.
share, and okay, we'll end the live now. So bye, sis. I love you. I'll call you after this.
Thank you. Take care. Thanks
Bye
for having me, guys.
bye.
Ciao for now.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Bye.